for all of our blessings. We thank you for the great state that we live in, the great country that we live in, and the great county and city that we live in. We just ask that you continue to bless everyone, watch over us, and guide us. And it's in your Son's precious name that we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Are there any special announcements or recognitions? Hearing none. Approval of previous minutes.
Make a motion to accept the minutes.
Oh, second. I didn't hear it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Okay, departmental business and reports. County Extension Office. Ms. Allison.
Hello. I have in your packet today our annual contractual services agreement. I'm presenting it for signature. What that is we are grateful for the county's support every year on an annual basis to help fund the educators here in Howard County. I do have some just our annual reports that I'm going to pass out in just a moment. But I do have to say that I'm pleased that between the two educators that have really been present in Howard County for the past year, we had over 70 educational programs delivered for residents of Howard County. That's in Ag and Natural Resources and Health and Human Sciences. And we still had a phenomenal year for 4-H, even in the midst of a lot of transition, with over 500 youth participating in 4-H from grades kindergarten through 12th grade. We've been very present within the community. I've been a participant for the Food Access Alliance for the past year. We've been increasing our programming collaborations with the Howard County Public Library. I know Matthias as the A&R has been doing PARP, which is the Pesticide Applicator Licensing Program. He's back in the middle of chicken embryology. I know he talked about that last time he was here. And I'm pleased to say that on April 1st, we have a 4-H educator starting. So that is just around. So.
Appreciate everything you guys do. And as we mentioned in the state of the county, the number of Howard County residents that you guys come in contact with each year is just fantastic.
You know, and I am very proud that it's, yes, while our focus is here in Howard County, we are also, both of us, able to reach many statewide members. So even though we're based here in Howard County, that it's impressive that our knowledge and our reach is statewide too.
And we appreciate everything you do.
So thank you. So while you're signing, do you have any questions about the MOU?
Questions about it?
Has Mr. Wilson continued to check it out?
What is it?
The member MOU with the Purdue Extension?
I have not seen it.
Are there any changes to it, Allison?
Not that I know of. I just
Okay,
get it
I
from
didn't
Purdue
think
and
there
they say
was.
have him sign it.
I didn't
Then we
think-
better definitely have him check it if it's from Purdue.
That would be great.
I didn't think there was any changes.
I'm joking.
No, it's okay. So while he's checking it out, I'll pass out my stuff.
I didn't think there was changes to it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So it appears that it needs one signature, so is there a motion to approve me signing this?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, go ahead and get this signed.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
I'll get with
Thank you.
Jessica for the copy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Allison.
Thank you.
Sheriff Department.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Freifogel.
How are you?
Good.
Fine, thanks.
Last month, we had a little bit of a security issue at the courthouse in the main rotunda, which kind of shone a light on a little bit of a larger security problem. One of the doors Judge Tate's back door. Actually the door goes into his, like, used to be a secretary's area, but also to his door, where his office, and in the back end of the courthouse, or his court. So after this issue was over, we looked at the door, said, yeah, we need to do something with this door. So Tate got with me and asked that if we could get a door access point put in at his door, which would secure that door. So I got with Wireless Networking Solutions, the wireless guys, because they're the ones that did all the other access points throughout the county, and got a quote for that door, which I think you guys have a copy of that quote, which came up to be about $5,669. This would secure that door and would alleviate any other issues in that area.
That door appears to has a lock on it already,
Yes,
and it's lockable.
I assume.
Yes. From everything we understand thank you for taking a look at it. We
Is that all you need?
appreciate it.
So I think we're gonna take this under advisement
Okay,
and then probably talk to you a little bit more in the future.
perfect. All right.
Was that a motion to take it in?
Yes, I'm sorry.
There's a second?
Thanks, sir. Thank you.
There's a second.
Yes, I did.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
So we'll take that under advisement.
There he is.
Okay, maintenance department, Mr. Stone Street.
Good afternoon. I have two projects I'd like to take on. One is the courthouse, the server room, the cooling unit, AC unit for that server room is it's too old. It's R22. The last time we charged it cost us $350, essentially just to charge the refrigerant in it. And it's completely leaked out again. We don't know where the leak is. It's well over 20 years old. So we think it's a good idea that we replace that unit. QPH has quoted us $15,554.63 is the cost to replace that unit. Most of that is going to be in the labor area because it's an extremely difficult installation. Maintenance department's taking on a lot of that work, which is bringing that cost of that installation down. But I would like to award that project to QPH for that price of $15,554.63 and pay for it with Coon Cap building upgrade, 1138.47243.
15,000.
15,545.63.
15,554.63.
Okay, thank you.
I make that motion.
Second?
I have a motion to approve that.
Yeah.
And I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That is approved, Mr. Stone Street.
The second one would be out at Howard Haven. We've had trouble with it. One of the furnaces over there overheating. It's completely safe. The safeties go out on it and shut it down and bring it up very safely. We did some modification to the ductwork so it would breathe better. And we need to clean those ducts to make it breathe properly. We tried to do the best we could with the shop vac and hoses, and we got a lot out, but it's still not working properly. So Ducks is the only company that actually showed up to quote the price to clean those. They're a professional service. They know exactly what they're doing. The cost to do this is $5,000, and they're going to clean the return and the supply ducts, which I think is a bargain compared to what they're going to run into. I would also like to pay for that with Coon Cap building upgrades, 1138.47243.
Now, will that do all the ducts in the whole facility?
The return ducts, return registers, supply registers, and all the ductwork from the furnace all the way throughout the building.
Okay. Any questions, Mr. Stone Street, on that?
I made a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Bill, I
you,
always
sir.
like when you have a project, because you always have the money for it.
I
You've always got to place
I've got one
it
coming up,
in the
I
budget.
know.
Well, I know. Most of the time in the budget, you've got it. I appreciate that.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, under new business, we have Taylor Regional Sewer District Board appointments. Lana?
I know it's new business, but I brought you guys copies of these reports. I think it's helpful if I like pass these out.
Thank you.
These ones you emailed?
Yeah, and then I've also got the updated budgets. Maybe you can hand these out. Apologize for not printing those. Here you go. So, as you guys are aware, we've been working since
Lana,
October.
give us your name and.
Lana Baraksazi with BCS. Sorry. We've been working since October to do some critical repairs to the Taylor Regional Sewer District, some that have been put off for 20-plus years. Thank you to the county for contributing to the tune of $211,000 to that budget. Several of those repairs are underway, and several more have been discovered as we've got new operators in there, and they found that some of the lift stations that are made of concrete are actually crumbling. I know that's not the news you want to hear, but that's the bad news. The good news is that after we've done a 4.9% rate increase and we've done a commercial EDU assessment, meaning everybody who's non-residential, we did an inventory of their user counts and we were able to find an additional $67,000 a year in revenue. So that's the sewer district giving to this effort. You guys have given your part. We still need the city of Kokomo to give their part. And I
Thank
think
you.
with all of those coming together, we can get the sewer district up and running in a functional way. A condition of that monies that you gave and that the city is to give is that they change their board structure to be appointed, and that has been done. So we officially have no board at the Taylor Sewer District. That can be remedied, but you all currently have all 5 appointments. 3 of those have to be ratepayers of the district, and 2 of those do not have to be. I've been going to every one of their board meetings, and of course Brad Gray is on the sewer board. I don't know if he wants to continue to do that, but I think he does a great job, and he's been in tune to the history and the current happenings there. I would recommend that if he's willing that he continue to do that. Beyond that, we've got a couple of board members that are really participative. They have their different approaches to how the sewer district should be run, but they are participative. Happy to make recommendations. I don't know a lot of people in the city of Kokomo, so I can't make specific recommendations from people that I've worked with. Again, 2 of these folks do not have to be ratepayers, so they technically could live anywhere, but you want it to be, they also have to be willing to participate and actually go to the meeting, participate in the board. So that being said, a condition of the $211,000 that you gave and the monies that you funded to do a study, to do an analysis of initially what was wrong, a condition of those monies is that the sewer district conduct a 4.9% rate increase. That's been done. No real complaints with that. And the other is that they modify their board, and that happened way faster than it typically does with IDEM. Greg Lake and I met with IDEM, the attorney for the sewer district met with IDEM, and they agreed that a voted board wasn't necessarily the best fit for this specific sewer district, which could be part of the reason that they've gotten into the trouble that they've gotten into financially. But again, there is no board right now because that order from IDEM is issued and it is final. So the board members that were serving previously, Mr. Bray included, are not actually board members. So I'm asking you guys to urgently, and I sent a list of customers, urgently think about who you would like to appoint to that board. It will be staggered terms, so you don't have an entire board turning over at the same time 4 years from now. So I think there's a 1 and a 2. I've got the petition here, staggered terms, and I can work with you to maybe figure out what's going to be the best approach to that. Yes, three-year terms, staggered 3-year terms. So one of those board members would have a 1-year term out of the gate so that we can get that going. So one of the things that I handed out to you is a updated operating budget for the sewer district. Again, it's been operating in the red for many, many years and has been unable to do critical repairs for quite some time, which is why the wastewater treatment plant was according to the contract operators and some of the contractors that brought out to do repairs, the worst that they've ever seen. The lift stations had not been cleaned in at least a decade, if not two, and the sewer district was in a terrible position with the pump supplier for the grinder pump station pumps that need to be replaced after approximately 10 years. The system is over 20 years old, so those pumps are being replaced almost on a weekly basis, and the sewer district didn't have money for them. So just for public record, another thing that the stormwater district in the county has done is set up a separate fund for $100,000, which goes directly through Mr. Lake's fund to pay for those grinder pumps, which have been 50% expended as of yesterday, but I just got an order for another 5. So this is something that seems like it's been kind of moving slowly since October, but actually we've gotten a lot done. And as far as the board appointments are concerned, I think that time is of the essence. From what I understand from Asbury, who's the current contract operator, the lift station structures are in dire need of repair before they could potentially collapse. That was not included in the original budget, and it's just because the operator who was operating prior to Asbury not aware or did not see or not able to understand what that situation is. Good news and bad news, and a request for board appointment.
Well, Lana, thanks for all your work on this, because this was a mess. This was a total mess when we got involved in October. It was a bad, bad situation. Couple of things. Number one being, where are we at on collecting the bad debt? Where was debt that was?
So that's been an ongoing issue as well. You're referring to the liens that were never filed and unpaid accounts that were never collected. They were to the tune of over $50,000. However, after some research and some digging, we found that some of those debts were paid and they were never released in the system. So it was bad administration. Others are in what are being called final status. So the property owner has since sold and moved years ago. So we're looking at some alternative ways of collecting those, because the liens were apparently not tended to, or were not
Recorded, maybe?
not recorded. Something happened. We've also been told that if a property was sold in a commissioner sale, that all of the liens were just pardoned or waived. So that is yet another mess, administrative mess. We do know that the current lien balance is approximately $25,000, but that amount and then some is unknown because of just nearly 20 years of misadministration.
And secondly, I guess my point would be, Mr. Lake and yourself and these two guys, maybe not so much me, I think the city I'm really adamant that the city pay their portion. That property or that stretch of county has been annexed. And I'm not, obviously we got Mr. Wilson as our attorney, but I'm not sure the county was on the hook for a penny. But I'm not an attorney, so I can't say that. But the city needs to step up and pay their portion. But probably some of the city council don't even know what we're talking about potentially. But the city needs to pay their portion.
So I won't have an opinion on that, but I can tell you what the facts are. The sewer district has 300 customers, just shy of 300 customers, and approximately 30% of those are in city limits that have been annexed by the city of Kokomo.
30%.
And so it's a requirement of a city or a town to provide certain services to the residents that are within city limits. The county.
I just wanted it on the record.
Yep.
I didn't expect you to make a comment.
I will say that I am in discussions with the mayor about that very specific thing, so
Okay.
we are discussing that.
It will be much needed funds for this. And then it still won't be enough, as I mentioned, but we're getting there.
And since we as a board have full appointments out there, I've even mentioned to the mayor that I'd like to give maybe 2 of those appointments to the city, because a third of that is in city boundaries. So I'd like to see the city have some representation on that board. I think if we work at this in a cooperative joint effort, it'll benefit everybody. So, and Jeff is right, it was a mess. And we heard that there were problems, and so I'm very thankful for your services. We decided to bring you on, and between you and the surveyor's office, you guys really have done a tremendous job of getting this to where it's at least manageable. And so, you know, the same way with water and stormwater and sewer districts. People don't worry about it until it's a problem. And when it affects them, it's a problem. So it was becoming an issue very rapidly. So thank you for what you have done,
Thank you.
and to the surveyor's office, what they've done. So we're gonna get this fixed. It's just taking time, but we're gonna get it fixed. It's gonna be fixed right.
Thank you. And I don't know if you can make any appointments at all
Gonna ask.
today, or you just want to
Well,
make it a point?
I can't speak,
No. Second Tuesday was the sewer board meetings of every month, so we canceled the March meeting on account of not having a board. We'd really like to have meetings soon.
Right. I guess the only appointment that I'm ready to make tonight would be Mr. Bray to continue.
would you make that as a motion?
Absolutely.
I will second that motion that we appoint Brad Bray as the commissioner's representative to that board.
That's fine.
Assuming you'll accept that.
Yeah, I'm this deep in it, and Greg Vaughn told me to be on this committee, so,
So Greg didn't give you a choice, did he?
no. He said, go fix this. That's what he told me.
Okay,
And we've got people to fix it.
so I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So
So-
thank you,
Yes, sir.
Commissioner.
So we can have a functioning board at least. The two that are on there now with me, I would like to nominate them to be on there. Brock McVeigh and Tyler McClish.
Are you making that as a
Yes, that's a
motion?
motion. That would give us at least a functioning
Yeah,
board.
I'll second that.
Okay, I have a motion to nominate, what are the
Brock
names?
McVeigh, Tyler McClish.
And I have a second.
Mhm.
Do I have a comment from the public?
Lana said she was gonna work on it. I talked to her today. She was gonna work on how that was gonna play out.
Okay,
So,
The staggered 3-year terms.
yeah, that's fine.
okay, so we have a motion on the floor, and that'll be set by Lana and Greg and you for staggered terms.
Yeah.
So all in favor of that motion?
Aye.
That motion is carried, so you should have at least an operating board.
Yeah. We need two more, but since I'm not in the district, Tyler and Brock are, so we have to have at least one more in the district, right? 3. So one can be out of the district, so. that's-
Are they current, are they on the system?
Yes,
They are.
Are we? Okay.
yeah, those two are pairs.
Okay, we will get that third name. We'll get you a couple more names.
Okay.
The only other comment I would make is from May, UV system has to be up and running.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right.
yes, so.
And that's gonna take more money than we currently.
Thank you, Greg. The largest expenditure on the list, the capital list, was the UV system. It also had a 4-month lead time, so we did go ahead and put that on order. It is required by IDEM to be in service between May and October due to swimming. That's when people are in the water and touching the water. So that's on order, and that's going to be coming. We did find a way to save a significant amount of money on it. It was going to be almost $150,000. We got it closer to under 100. So we're saving almost $50,000 there. However, that's been offset by other things. But to Greg's point, with what the county has provided and the contract or the contracts that have been signed for repairs to date, we won't have enough money to pay for that without the city's.
I guess we're talking to the mayor quickly.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brad, there goes your check right there.
Sorry, Brad.
Oh,
Thanks, Lana.
Okay,
Thanks.
thanks you guys very much for the work you've done, so we do appreciate that.
Definitely.
Okay, then we'll just go ahead and move into claims and reports. Salary claims,
$1,068,625.56.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And that is approved. Payroll expense,
$1,068,625.56.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That is approved. Operating claims,
$1,432,372.93.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That is approved. Any claims to ratify?
None.
Any monthly reports?
I have the county treasurer's report ending 1/31/2024,
We'll mark those as received.
and weights and measures from February 16th through March 14th, 2024.
Mark that as received. Any grants?
Dustin has a grant.
Good afternoon.
Dustin.
I'm here to seek your approval to pursue a few grants that we continually get for the Community Supervision Department. So the first one on your, on the list here is an actual, like a multi-grant application through Department of Corrections and the Indiana Office of Court Services. Those grants we have been receiving for a considerable amount of time. They support our operations of work release, probation, home detention, and pretrial services. The one thing I would note on that is the pretrial grant is part of probation, but it's a separate grant, but it is still something that I'm requesting to pursue today. And I am requesting a letter of support signed to submit these grants. They're not due. It was due April 12th, but it got pushed back to the 28th of April. So a little bit of time to get them done, but that is what I was requesting here. Our DOC grants total a little bit over $1.5 million. And the free trial grant is right under $125,000 that we're applying for.
This letter of support requires one signature. Is there a motion to approve me fixing my signature on this?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, this is approved.
How much are the total of those grants, you know?
The DOC grants, so our probation, home detention, and work release funds are right about $0.5 million, just a little bit over $1.5 million. Our pretrial grants up $125,000, just shy of $125,000. I will email you a copy of the signed agreement. I just wanted you to have a copy if you wanted it. The second grant is a victim assistance grant. We've operated a victim assistance program through community supervision for several years now. This is a continuation grant. This year they do require the match. It's a 2-year grant. It's from 2024 through 2026. And that grant total amount, so I had it set out, is just under $170,000 for 2 years.
Thank you.
You need anything for that grant?
I just need your approval to submit or to pursue those grants is all I'm requesting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dustin.
Thank you, Dustin.
County attorney issues.
I have an ordinance for consideration involving regulation of alarm systems and response to false alarms. An ongoing problem in certain parts of the county. What this does is requires a certain alarm system that has a silencer, an automatic silencer. And also, if there are a specific number of alarms that go off in a certain period of time, the residence or business that has the alarms with that issue is subject to fines.
Any questions about this ordinance? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Wilson, for doing this. This has been kind of an ongoing problem.
Yep.
So is there a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept ordinance 2024 BCCO
-13.
-13.
I'll second that.
You second it?
Yep.
So we have a motion and a second to approve ordinance 2024 BCCO-13. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that ordinance is approved.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, sir. Commissioner issues, Mr. Lipinski.
No, I just wanted to thank Mr. Wilson. We had a couple properties on the west side of the county that needed attention. Letters were sent, and one property's been completely remediated. It's in great shape. The second property, it made significant progress. Good deal.
Mr. Bray.
I have one thing. Has been brought to my attention by our secretary down here that last meeting, we forgot to vote on the Michael Betts ordinance, or So we need to actually approve that ordinance. We signed it. We're so excited to have a young man get such a feat that we just signed it and away it went. So we need to vote on it. Make it official.
Okay, well, let's fix that. There a motion?
I'll make that motion for Michael Betts,
Mitchell.
what was it?
Mitchell Betts.
Mitchell Betts. Yeah, Mitchell Betts.
That's what he said.
What ordinance number was it?
It is 2024-BCCR-05.
What she said. I make that motion.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. That is approved.
Now we fix it.
Anything else, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Public comments? Seeing none, hearing none?
Motion to.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We stand adjourned.